And welcome to Kigali, Rwanda, where the preparations for this year's gorilla naming ceremony, otherwise known as Kwita Izina, are in top gear. Now, every year this event takes place, and of course, a week to the actual event, there are usually sidelines events, and of course, some of those events include the Conversation on Conservation that has just opened right here in Kigali, Rwanda, where key stakeholders in conservation matters have gathered right here together with government officials, private sector players, to talk about key issues affecting the conservation efforts in protecting the endangered wildlife across the region. We have different countries represented right here, including Uganda, that has its Minister of Environment and Wildlife right here. And of course, some of the key conversations that have been taking place right here include the issue of involvement of the communities in conservation issues, because we've always seen the issues like conflict between the people who live around reserved national parks, and of course now the conversation here is how do we ensure that these people are put into the negotiating table, and of course to converse with the people on how to be able to protect this wildlife. Now, other issues that are taking place or being talked about right here at this particular conference is the issue of the private sector involvement in conservation matters, because most of the time the private sector has been accused of sitting on the fence and only waiting to get in where there is revenue or where there is some money to make. And of course, the challenge to the private sector that is being made right here is that they need to be able to look at conservation issues as a matter of life and death, and therefore be very strong in being a part in investing in projects that are having to do with conservation matters. Now, the annual gorilla naming ceremony usually goes beyond just naming of the gorillas, but of course tracking the progress and tracking the life of the other gorillas that were named in previous gorilla naming ceremonies. And so far, since 2005, over 215 baby gorillas have been named. And of course, the aim of this is to just raise awareness along the ways or along the lines of conserving the environment, the biodiversity where these gorillas are living or coming from, and ensuring that no one is actually poaching or killing these gorillas for any particular reasons. And so on the 2nd of September, this particular event of the gorilla naming ceremony will be taking place. From Kigali, Rwanda, I'm Eugene Nangwe. Over to you in our studios in Nairobi.